Hi everybody, right now you can see on my screen some slides that I have for the recorded lesson for the first week of February. We have a recorded lesson this week because we have conferences. The conference signups are posted on Blackboard and you will have a reminder from me of when you're meeting. You'll be meeting with me to talk about your This I Believe journals that are headed towards the first draft of the paper. I'm going to go ahead now into presentation mode so that you can see a little bit bigger on my screen what we're doing here in this recorded lesson. This is a slide I had up when we met live for class on Thursday of last week. You'll be turning in the goals plan Tuesday night. And the slides here are the ones I'm using in the recorded lesson. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is go over to Blackboard where you see the upload spot for the assignment. On Blackboard, you'll be turning in the goals plan and you will be linking to that in your Google Doc. You're going to leave comments in that goals plan for me. And I have a link here that will also be on Blackboard to leaving comments in your goals plan, exactly what to do and how. I'm going to go ahead now and open up the link to the document on leaving comments. When you turn in your goals plan, you're going to leave comments in there. You're going to leave a total of 5 comments in the goals plan. And you'll see, let me just drag it over into the video. The last thing in how I grade is worth 2 points per comment. So the comments are actually built into the grading. The 5 comments you leave can be sentences you're asking me about, like grammar or punctuation, sentences that you like that you wrote, questions you have. And since sometimes students aren't sure what to put in the comments, I have a comments document that gives you ideas of the kinds of things that my students ask. So it's here for your reference. So you leave 5 comments in the document. It's a really important part of how I teach the classes because it creates a dialogue in my students' work that I can respond to. So that's the first thing that you will make sure you do before you turn in the goals plan. The second part of your goals plan that you need to make sure that you complete is the revision of it. Before you turn it in, you want to use the self-revision checklist. This self-revision checklist is also available on Blackboard, and I'm going to click here so that we can head over to that and I'll talk about it. Here's your checklist. There's instructions at the top. This checklist is for you. You don't have to turn it in. It's something I'm providing for more than one reason. One is it's a great guide, but 2, something a little else. One of the best things you could do as a student is to make your own revision checklist and study guides for your classes. I'm telling you, it's the way to an A. When you make checklists, it is very helpful for you to stay on track. Now, a lot of you've already done the work that you have in here because we've been working on it. So you just come down and check what you've done. If you want to do it digitally, you can. If you just click on the boxes, it checks them off and puts a line through it. So to use the checklist like I just did, get rid of those, you do need to have your own copy of it. So if you want to use it digitally where you're actually clicking in it, make your own copy first. Move down through the checklist. I have references to other work that was leading towards the goals plan, like that Your Time response that was due Tuesday the 25th. A reference to the sample papers that we went over in class on Thursday. Sample paper number 3 was the best. Students who look at that sample paper tend to do really well on this assignment because it's very clear what it is that they're doing. Got the 5 goals with the tables here. The links are in here in the checklist. Taking a look at your font, that kind of thing. And then the grading at the bottom. You will see at the very bottom, there is a deduction in content if the links aren't in here. We head back over to the slides for the third part of the recorded lesson. This is the lesson on making links. When I go into that document on making links, you'll see that it is a lesson that's called Writing Effective Links. And links, they're helpful. Here, I'll change that. Links help. See me using Grammarly? I think it's a good tool if you don't have it yet. Links help both content and navigation, and therefore they're rhetorical, because links help your audience, whoever's reading what you do, and links depend on context and the situation. Effective link names, like how you name your link, that's the key to helping your readers. Your audience should always understand exactly where a link will take them. So I have a link here I put in to an article on BuzzFeed about creating titles. What I want to show you here, I'm not going to actually open the link, but when you're in a Google Doc and you make a link, if I just click and hover there, you can actually see a preview of the link. If you wanted to break the link, you would use this button here, remove link. If you wanted to copy or edit the link, you use these tools. So I want to make a couple links now in this video to demonstrate what it is you do to make a link in a Google Doc. So this sentence says, if you look at this page on leaving comments, you will learn something new. So the words that I want to link to somewhere else are right here, this page on leaving comments. The page on leaving comments is the one I showed you earlier in the video. It's up here at the top, leaving comments for Dr. V and an assignment you turn in. So I'm going to go to the share button, and I'm going to make sure that it's available to everyone at ODU. It's a easy way to give permission. Nobody's ever going to see it unless you give them the link. So for me, you could just make it Old Dominion University down here. You could also share it directly with me. And if you're in your Google Drive linking to something, those links are automatically shared with me if you start something or move it into your shared folder. I'm going to copy this link. It tells me I copied it. And then I'm going to come over to the Making Links lesson. Those are the words I highlighted, this page on leaving comments. I'm going to go up to the link icon, insert link. It looks like a little link in a chain. You click there and you paste the link in the box and you click apply. And now there's a link. And now when I click on it, I should have a preview of leaving comments for Dr. V. So I'm going to do it again now. The page on leaving comments, I highlight where I want to put the link. I go up to the link button, I click on it, I paste the link, I click apply, and there it is. I'm going to go grab a link now from an online source that I like for teaching. It's called the Online Writing Lab from Purdue, also known as the OWL. So when I go Google this, we'll see it knows I like it because it started to type it for me, OWL Purdue. But if I came down here and did it in the search box, OWL Purdue. There it is, the Purdue Online Writing Lab. I'm going to click. And now I'm in the Writing Lab. the writing lab has all sorts of topics in here. We'll use this more this semester when we do research and citation quite a bit. If you keep scrolling, you can see there's a search bar option, style guide overviews, MLA, APA, Chicago. I don't think any of you will be using that anytime soon. And then there's some exercises as well. I'm going to link to this Al Purdue website. I'm going to copy this link at the top. I'm going to go to my Making Links document. I'm linking to this online writing lab at Purdue. So those are the words that make sense to link for context. Click the Insert Link button, paste the link, apply. Now when I click, I should get the preview. There's my preview. So you can double check your links. So the demo I just did, and well, it's not live in class, it's a recording, but I did do it live in class on Thursday. If you're on your own and you just want to look into it more, or if that wasn't enough for you, which it probably was, remember YouTube as your friend. Just a word on link names. They should be the same or close. I'll add the words or close as the page name linked to. Like, you want to make sure anybody looking at your document knows where they're going. That's really the point. So it could be a shortened version of the name, or at the least give a sense of what the person is linking to. Like, where are you telling these people to go in your document? Don't use the full name of a document or program as a link name because it would get really long. It also gets really ugly. Like, let me show you what a Google search link, I'm just going to paste it in here and then I'm going to get rid of it. How long it is. That just looks terrible in a document to have a link like that. But if it said instead what this is, and then I made it into an actual link, it would look a lot better. Get rid of it. So see, writing is always about audience and document design and how to make your work look professional. Studies show that readers look at the first two words of a link. If you're interested in this, I have, well, a link here to a really interesting website that shows how our eyes work on a page. It just proves why it's important to link and to use keywords because of how our eyes move. Now, I'm not going to read this at you. You're welcome to go look at the source. But what you're looking at here on this website, people sat down and wore like special glasses when they were looking at a computer screen in part of a study. And the glasses capture where their eyes move on the screen. And it shows how when we read on a screen, our eyes move to a lot of different places. And the people who were studying these eye movements were figuring out how people looked at and used links in documents. So researchers do study that because it's really important, not just in educational settings, but what if you're trying to sell something to somebody? You want to know how their eyes are going to be working on that web page. So if any of you are interested in business and marketing, there's a strong connection there. Be as explicit as you can. Too long is better than too short with a link. Make it meaningful. You will see people do this. Click here or read more. Those aren't the best links because they don't actually say what they're linking to. It's better to say something like click here for more information on links, or read more here about goals. Something like that, like just a little bit more than click here or read here. I'm headed back to the slides now. That's the end of the recorded lesson. See, I said it would be short. Apply these lessons, and then you're going to head over to Blackboard. At the top of the assignments and YTRs, you'll have the upload spot where you put the goals plan there. You'll link to your copy of it in your Google Drive. Make sure that the document is shared with me. Again, if it's in your shared folder, it will be automatically shared with me. Thanks for watching.